Genesis chapter 18. Mysterious Visitors. After many more years had passed, it was nearly time for God to make his promise come true. When Abraham was 99 years old, God appeared to him near the great oak trees of Mamre. It was noon, and Abraham was sitting at the entrance of his tent, in the shadows, quietly waiting for the heat of the day to pass by. Abraham's eyes were closing in the stifling heat, but he thought he saw a figure. He blinked in the harsh light. Was he dreaming? No, he saw 3 figures standing nearby. Opened his eyes wider in the glare of the midday sun. Abraham could not see their faces, but something told him that these visitors were no ordinary men. He got up hastily and walked up to them, and he bowed very low.
"My lords," he said, "if you find me worthy of your company, then please do not travel any further. Stay here and let a little water be brought to wash your feet. Take some rest now in the shade."
As he looked at the figure in the middle of the 3, Abraham sensed that he was in the very presence of God himself. He bowed low again.
"Let me prepare you something to eat, so you can be refreshed for your journey," he said.
"It is well,"
they replied.
"Do as you say."
And the 3 figures sat down near the oaks of Mamre. Abraham ran into Sarah's tent.
"Quick,"
he said.
"Knead 3 measures of our finest flour, then take some loaves for our guests."
Then Abraham ran to his herd of cattle, and he chose the best calf and ordered his servant to prepare it for a meal. While the 3 visitors ate, Abraham stood respectfully apart from them. He did not dare sit down in their company.
"Where is your wife, Sarah?"
they asked him.
"Sarah is in her tent,"
he replied. Then God said to him,
"This time next year, I will come back to you, and your wife, Sarah, will have a son."
Now Sarah was standing at the entrance of her tent, and she heard what he said. She and Abraham were very old by then, and she laughed to herself when she heard this.
I am an old wrinkled woman,
she thought.
So am I now going to have this great pleasure?
God heard the secret laughter in Sarah's heart. He turned to Abraham and said,
Why did Sarah laugh and say, "How am I going to have a baby now that I am so old?"
Abraham had heard nothing. He gazed at these mysterious visitors in astonishment. As they got up to leave, God spoke quietly and firmly, saying,
Is anything too hard for the Lord? I will return to you at the same time next year, and Sarah will have given birth to a son.
Sarah was suddenly afraid as she stood in the shadows of her tent. She came forward hurriedly.
I did not laugh.
She lied,
Yes, Sarah,
said God.
you did laugh.